This free senior high school initiative has been rolled out with the ultimate aim of ensuring no one is denied secondary education simply because they can't afford it. Under the program, more basic school leavers who hitherto may not have had the chance to further their education will now go to school. But there's a worry this will reduce the quality in the country's so-called elite schools, as you heard one of the students refer to when she was having a conversation with my colleague Maxwell Agbagba. Now, for this reason, some parents have decided to look elsewhere. For joining his agenda today, Matilda Wemega speaks to a chartered accountant, Anthony Abam, who rejected a prestigious government school for his son out of fear his ward's education will be compromised.
Without free senior high school policy, students would have to pay for everything, from textbooks to feeding. But the start of the policy is now taking a huge financial burden off parents. It makes sense that many parents are queuing at the Ministry of Education and the various senior high schools across the country just to be sure this opportunity doesn't pass them by. In spite of the hope it brings to many, some parents will have nothing to do with it. Not even when Aggregate 9 qualifies his son to have his first choice of school and program. Anthony Abam, a father of 3, has been explaining why he opted for a private senior high school for his son, who was supposed to have benefited from the free SHS policy.
Even though I support this idea, I think that those who have the ability to pay should be given the opportunity to pay. That is one. There are professionals who have the ability to pay. So although I support the idea completely, I think we should work out those things. Second, the reason why I took my son to private is that the numbers are small and they are emphasizing on morality, integrity, the Christian values of that school. So I believe that I should give the boy that solid foundation. That's why I will advocate for more community-based SHS. So we'll build more community day. And then the resources for boarding could be channeled to fund this expansion that we're looking for. Yeah, so I'm thinking we should look at it critically. Do we still have to have the burden? If you opt for the burden, then you should pay for it. And let us channel these resources to expanding the facilities so that we'll have smaller numbers, teachers will be able to focus on the student and give them the needed attention so that they can do well. Because some of the students really need special attention.
He is unsure how government intends to sustain the program since there is no legal backing yet.
Our issue is the sustainability. If we're able to pay this year, what about the future years? What is the source of funding that we can be sure that this policy will not be just 3-day wonder or 9-day wonder, as they say, but then we can be able to sustain it? That is the issue I think we should be addressing now. If we have a legal backing, then nobody will come and then throw it overboard. So they should consider if there is a need to give the legal backing to make it sustainable, yeah, I'll go for it. And I also entreat whoever has reservation. Since it's a national issue, we should not play politics with this one. Come out with your views, let us debate it. If there is a need to revise it, let's do it so that it becomes a national policy that successive government will follow.
The urgent questions about whether or not the concept of free will compromise quality of education, as well as how the policy will be sustained from one government to the other, remains on the minds of many parents like Anthony Abam.